We are here with Vito, so I had to link up with Vito for the IG takeover. I thought it was very, very necessary. If you didn't know, I think we did a public forum in Oak Grove High School in December, and we were sponsored by the Lifted Barbershop, which is one of my good friends from that school. And Vito came down to show support and kind of raise awareness to some of the social issues that were going on. Thank you so much for taking the time to come down. You know, it was really important to bring you involved in this project.
You bet. It's always a pleasure to see you, man.
Yeah, man, super grateful. And I just kind of want to reflect back on, like, you know, the community forum, because that was like my first time like bringing you on, like, hey, let's do something together, because I see, you know, it's funny how we actually met too. Let's talk about that. I met you at the backyard in downtown San Jose.
That's right. That's right. It was all, like you said, really, really organic, because we were just chatting, and all of a sudden it was all about community, and all of a sudden it's like, how can we work together to raise awareness of what we're trying to do individually and work together? And that's really what community is all about to me. You know, like the park that we're in right now, I adopted this park 7 or 8 years ago, and the main reason, I'll tell you, the main reason why I adopted this park is because my kids. I want my kids to grow up watching me go give back to the community, because kids will do what the parents do, right? Kids will emulate what the parents do. And that was part of that speech that I gave. It's like, do one good thing every day. And the idea behind that was, it doesn't matter all the crap that you hear on the news and all the bad things that are happening. Us as individuals, as contributing members of our community, we have to give to our community every day to rise it up, right?
You know what, what's the best way to do it? By inviting people to one place and just like have a gathering and talk about it.
That's right.
So we invited you, Sergio Jimenez, the Boys and Girls Club, and these are people that have directly impacted, you know, our environment, our community, and I thought it was necessary to have that. And you know, right behind us, you know, this is La Colina Park. This is the park, you know, he adopted, he's talking about. And it's crazy because this background, as you see the youngins right now training for some football, because even though COVID's happening, football still season's going on right now, and a lot of the kids, sometimes their only outlet is football. You know, we had the Oak Grove Forum, you know, that was the school that I went to, and that was the school that was publicly very competitive with the private schools, and it was the only public school that was competitive with private schools. And we used to run from that school campus all the way over here before the off season. And you know, Coach Braun would kill us. I'm talking about, we would build some serious character.
Yeah.
And I just think those things related, because I'm like, this guy takes care of the park that we are prideful of working out at. And you know, it's just like so many different elements of community that all come together.
When I got involved with the park, I realized that this is a greater sense of who we are as Blossom Valley and Almaden District 10. And just giving back, doing our park cleanups. We have movie nights here, we have barbecues. We have at the end of the year, we have a New Year's party at my house.
Wow.
And also at the end of the year for Christmas, for every house that I sell, I buy a bike and we bring the community together and we build the bikes over at the community center. Last year was the first time I got to do it, and it was amazing because I had 17 bikes to give away, and it goes through a 501c3. The guy that lives right down the street here, he takes care of the bike distribution for me. And I expected maybe 10 or 15 people to show up, including my family, which is 5 people strong.
Yeah.
So, you know, I put the word out there and I didn't really think much of it. We had 40 people show up. 40 people. That was just amazingly incredible. I had this just complete sense of belonging, and that was truly my Christmas, because I felt like I was giving back to the community, and it made me feel so charged because we came together as a community and we did this great thing. It was fun. It was enjoyable. And those are the little things that we do in our group. As a matter of fact, I just hired a few agents that work under me, and we were talking about that today, about how to create your own community, whether it's within the youth or within your church or within your profession that you came from. You develop this organization of doing that. And I'm really fortunate to have Sergio on board.
Yeah.
You know, he's just an asset that very few people understand, you know. I always tell him, you know, in politics, you get 50% of the people are going to hate you, naturally. Just nothing you can do about that, because no matter what you do, you're doing it wrong. And that's just, but at the end of the day, you look at his intent and his actions, and his truthful heart in what he does, and you see that he puts a lot into it, and he really cares about this community. So I'm really grateful that I know Sergio, Helen, and everybody at his office. It's just been amazing to work with. So if something happens here at the park, I flip a switch and it gets taken care of, just like that. We get graffiti on the walls. It happens, you know, I mean, that's what kids do. They have to do that and they're having fun. I get that. We have that taken care of. We have litter pickups. It makes me feel good that we're not like what the news really reports, right?
Yeah, of course. They're selective with it.
Yeah, so.
But what I can appreciate about what you talked about is like you being independent and you yourself as an entrepreneur is that you created your own foundation and you filled other people's cups in that process. And that's what I can respect a lot about, because, you know, you and I, you know, we come from different backgrounds, but we have a common goal. And I feel like that's what I'm trying to illustrate here, is that you don't need to look like another person. You can come from a different community, a different neighborhood,
right,
and you can still come together with an intent to uplift the community. That fence, that's when you get tested. If you're running this up the hill and you're past that line right there, that's when you get tested. We
call that intestinal fortitude.
Yeah, that's real, man.
That's when you check your gut, you keep moving up.
And that's the thing too, because when you run this hill and you actually pass that, it still goes further up. Like, you're not at the top yet. You still have to go another 20 yards.
Yep, and it will suck the wind right out of you. I go up this hill every day with my dogs. I'm here every
for itself. So I'm super grateful for your time.
Well, I am so honored that you called me out to do this. And anytime you want to do something like this, you just let me know.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, man. All right.